Hello, Mark Palmquist, furniture maker. Today I wanted to do a video on how to make an expansion joint on a dining table. So what happens with dining table tops is if they're built out of a solid slab glue up of wood, the table will expand and contract about an 1/8 inch for every foot of width. So this table is 42 inches wide and it will move about almost a 1/2 inch in width. So in the winter, it'll shrink a 1/2 inch in width, and in the summer, it'll get a 1/2 inch wider. So this right here, this piece cannot be glued. So instead of being glued, I have 2 dominoes here, tenons basically, and I can glue in here, and I can glue right here, and then there's no glue from here to here, and there's no glue from there to there. And so a 5 inch width where you have grain going this way and then grain going the opposite direction is the maximum width of glue surface you can have before if you go beyond 5 inches, you'll develop a crack. When the winter comes along and this top wants to shrink, but it's pegged by this guy, which will not shrink, then you get a crack. So if you walk into an antique mall and you look at some of the older tables, a lot of times you'll see a crack here. And the reason there's a crack there is because somewhere along the way, somebody screwed or glued a connection between a crossbar and a tabletop and did not provide a way for it to slip. And that's a big no-no. And so anyway, this will prevent that from happening. This piece is not structural, it's more decorative, and it's not attached to these legs. These legs are freestanding. They're actually connected with 4 bolts. Here, I'll show you. Okay, so the glue is going to go from here to there, exactly 5 inches. These pegs are 4 inches on center. That's what's going to be holding this on. And it's not really structural, it's just mostly cosmetic. These legs are completely independent of the skirts. These holes have 2 millimeters of play, all 4 of them. So when this table shrinks in the winter, it's going to deform the whole pattern, and the threaded inserts are going to move. And you have to have a washer in here, and you can't over tighten these bolts. And you have to have wax between these 2 surfaces. If you don't wax it, it's going to make loud noises like excuse me, it's going to sound like an earthquake in the middle of the night. Basically, the table is going to make loud popping sounds. So you want to wax the surface between the legs and the tabletop, and you have to have clearance in these holes here. Right here is my humidity measurement tool. Okay, so it's a cutoff from a dining table. It has a simple, it's basically pinned on one end, and on this end it's floating. So I don't know if you can see this. Okay, so here, this is the range. In mid-January, it shrinks to here, and in July, it goes to there. And this happens seasonally. Every summer, it expands and contracts that distance. Even if you put varnish on this, it's going to slow it down, but it's not going to completely stop the change in the width of the dining table top. So this is actually about a 1/2 inch of play. With varnish on the top, it'll go down maybe 1/4 inch or maybe 3/8 of an inch. Anyway, who can tell what season it is just by looking at the length of the stick? I'll tell you, it's August, so it's past the middle of July, which is the longest, and it's beginning to shrink. And by January, it'll be way over here. Yeah, this is a very expensive dining table that I built on commission. It's really interesting. It kind of has a gingerbread theme going to it. These legs have quad tenons inside. There's 4 tenons, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it really doesn't need any connection to the skirt. The legs are basically 2 inches thick. There's a top. It's solid white oak. There's the table. All I got to do is varnish the ends, the little end pieces here that I just installed today, and then flip it over and put the finish on the top.